Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my skincare routine. These are basically all of the products that I use morning and night. I'm just going to be talking basically in depth about every single product in this video. Now that I'm looking at everything here is affordable, besides one thing. I do have dry skin. I thought I would do like a blue background because like water and like hydration. I'm not going to be showing you actually like me applying and using these products. If you do want to see like a skincare routine where I actually show you what I'm doing, then you can let me know, but I just felt like it's pretty self-explanatory and I'll just explain what I do. I also want to do like a morning and night routine, so you'll probably see it in there. I just thought that it'd be more beneficial to like actually talk about every product and not just show you how I use it. I know I haven't been uploading twice a week for the past couple weeks just because I honestly haven't had any video ideas and I just haven't had any time to film. I'm not wearing anything on my skin right now. I'm just wearing like an illuminating primer. Let's just get started. Most of these products I use morning and night. I just kind of use like different techniques, but I'll start with just my morning routine, like the thing that I just do in the morning. In the morning is whenever I exfoliate my face. If you watched my all-time skincare favorites from whenever I like just started my YouTube channel, you know that this is like my favorite exfoliator. It's the Freeman Feeling Beautiful Apple Cider Vinegar. I thought this would smell like vinegar, but it smells like apples and it's really good. It is kind of an intense scrub, like it feels like it'd be intense like after you see the results. It actually isn't like too intense. I don't have sensitive skin, so I can't talk for like people with sensitive skin, but for me this isn't too intense, and if you do have sensitive skin, just don't do it every day. If I do wash my face in the morning, this is what I use. I'm not very good and I don't wash my face every morning, but yeah, when I do, I exfoliate it just because I feel like I can handle like exfoliation every day, and this just wakes me up and it makes my skin a lot more glowy and exfoliates like every piece of dead skin off, and it's just amazing. And it says you can use it mask, scrub, cleanser, and toner, and I have like left it on. I don't see much of a difference though, so I would just exfoliate with it. I just put it in my fingers and rub it in everywhere, like on dry skin, and then I rinse it off. Like I don't just put it under the water and then do it, because then I just don't feel like you get as much of a result. This is just a great exfoliator, even if it is just like a weekly exfoliator, bi-weekly, whatever. It is the best exfoliator I've ever tried, and it's only $5. I've actually been using toner lately. I've been pretty proud of myself. But in the morning, since I do exfoliate, I will just put this in my hands and I rub it in. When I first got it, I used it for about a week, and then I went on a trip and I didn't feel like bringing this because it's huge and I didn't like transfer it or anything. And so I didn't use it for about 5 days and I started breaking out, and I never break out. I don't know if that was just like a coincidence, but I just feel like, I don't know. And it doesn't dry out my skin like I felt like a toner would. I didn't even say. This is the Thayers Witch Hazel Aloe Vera Formula alcohol-free toner, and I just have the rose one because I just really like rose. I use this morning and night, but in the morning, since I exfoliate, I just do it in my hands, so there's no like extra exfoliation. I just feel like a toner has made a big difference in my skin. I don't even know, but after I wash my face, like normally it's super like dry, not with that exfoliator. Like the exfoliator does not dry out my skin, but like if I don't put a moisturizer on, normally my skin gets kind of dry. But whenever I put a toner on, like right after that, I can go a couple minutes without moisturizer. I really, really like that toner, even though it's the only toner I've ever tried. It's just a nice, simple toner, and it doesn't burn my skin. I put it everywhere, even under my eyes, over my eyes, on my lips. I put it everywhere. And then I go in with moisturizer, and I use the e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. I talked about this in my all-time skincare favorites. Now that I look back at it, I feel like I didn't really talk about it that much. I said it wasn't too hydrating, which I can use this on its own, but my skin just feels like it needs a little more, so I use oil over it. But I just really like this for the morning because I feel like it's fresh and it's not too thick, but it still moisturizes. I feel like this is a perfect one to like start out your makeup with because I feel like it gets a little bit tacky, but it's not like too much. And it doesn't have SPF in it, but there is like an SPF version that you can get. On top of that, I will use an oil. Now this is the one thing that isn't affordable, even though I'm pretty sure this little thing is like $15, which isn't bad because I don't use that much. 2 oils I will use. This is what I used to use, and it was like my favorite, and it's the Botanics Power of Plants Facial Oil, 100% organic, and like literally like that's how much is left, and I can't even get it out of the dropper anymore. I have to like dump it out, so I haven't really been reaching for it, but I love this oil. But I've started using the Tarte Maracuja Oil, and I've had this actually for a while. The smell turns me off. Does anyone else's smell like straight like cooking oil, like vegetable oil or something? Okay, is that like just mine? Because it was like that when I first got it, so I know it's not just because it's old. This is half a fluid ounce. This is 25 mils, which is 0.84 fluid ounces. So, and this is like $17, and this is like $15, I think. So you are getting a better deal with this one, but I feel like this one is so much more hydrating. Like I just do 1 drop and then I press it into my skin and it goes everywhere. Like at nighttime I will do a little more. In the morning, whenever I want my skin to be glowy and hydrated all day, I feel like I have to go in with an oil so that it doesn't get like crusty throughout the day with just the moisturizer. So I've really been liking this, but it hasn't broken me out. I just feel like even though this smells good, like this actually smells like plants basically. It smells so good, and that's probably why I liked it so much in the first place. And it is a good oil. Now that I've tried that one, I just feel like it's so much more hydrating. I've always mixed my moisturizer and my oil. That's how I talked about it in my all-time favorites. But recently I've heard like you put oil on before your moisturizer, so I did that for a while, and then I heard that you put it on after, so I've been doing that now because apparently it can penetrate your moisturizer. I don't know what that means. Or maybe it was that the moisturizer can penetrate oil, but oil can, I don't know. Tell me down below what you do. Do you do your oil first, last, or mix it in? I've been doing it last now. After my oil, I will spray my face with the Badescu facial spray. Now, recently I've been using the lavender one just because I just got it. I have all 3. I love all 3. If I had to choose one, I would just choose the rose water one just because, once again, I really love the smell of rose. I like having all 3 because like I get to change up my scents. I feel like it just makes my skin so much more glowy, and I love them for extra hydration. If I'm not wearing makeup, that's what I wear. Most of the time I set my makeup with that because I feel like it makes my skin a lot more glowy and settles in all the powders. It's like the best facial spray ever. Like when people ask about it, like, is it worth it? I'm like, yes, I have all 3. And I've repurchased the rose water one like 3 times before they came out with the other scents. They're only $7 for that, and then they have a small one for $5, and I did just buy that just because it's just a lot more handy to have it for traveling. And then they have like a huge 12 fluid ounce one of the rose water one. Now on to nighttime. The first thing I would do is take off my makeup, and I use the Garnier Skin Active Micellar water. And I just use the original one. Now I have tried the waterproof one, and if that's the only one you've tried, then I can see why people are all like, ew, it's so oily, because that one is pretty oily. But it doesn't really bother me just because I feel like, I mean, I'm gonna wash my face after anyways. That's not the one I'm talking about. That's not the one I'm reviewing. I think it can get a little oily if you use too much. You just don't need to use a lot. I just put it in the cotton round and then squeeze the cotton round together so that it's like all saturated in the whole thing. I can use it on my eye makeup, face makeup. The really only thing it doesn't take off is liquid lipstick. I love this makeup remover. This is my second bottle, and I'm already almost halfway through it. After I take off my makeup, if I had any on, then I use my CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser, and I got this because of that Taylor. And I talked about this a little bit in my vlog. This literally feels like you're washing your face with lotion. Like, it's the craziest thing. It's just like a regular, like, cream cleanser, is that what you'd say? Like, cream liquid cleanser. Like, there's nothing in it. It's just liquid. Even if I just rub it in the back of my hand, it's moisturizing. It's the weirdest thing. I love this. It just cleanses my skin. I mean, all my makeup is already off by this, but if it's not, then it's off by this, because I have like removed like my everyday makeup with this before and it took it off. With the cleanser, since it is so gentle, I normally will use this Aloe Studio Scrubby facial thing. This is like the best skincare tool ever. This is $1 too. I use this for my cleanser. I use this to get off my exfoliator if it's not coming off, and I also use it to remove my masks. I just love that thing so much. After that, I'll go in with my toner once again, but I will use it on an exfoliating cotton round. See those beads, just because I feel like since I use a more gentle cleanser, like I'm not exfoliating at all, I need to do a little bit of exfoliating, so that's whenever I use that. And if I didn't get makeup off by both of those steps, then the third step, it's all off, which I really never have makeup on the cotton round, but sometimes I do, because I will like cleanse my neck with the toner, like pretty much just the toner as well, and I'll go up on my ears and stuff too, and I'll get some dirt off. For my nighttime moisturizer, this was also a Vatela recommendation. You've also seen this in my vlog. This is the CeraVe Skin Renewing Night Cream, and this is really, really thick. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see that. Okay, you can kind of see it. I don't know how to describe it, because it's kind of like reminds me of the texture of like a pore filler. Like that's kind of what it reminds me of, but it's obviously not. It doesn't feel like silicone at all, but that's what it reminds me of. What I do is I take like a decent amount in my fingers and I rub it into my fingers to kind of melt it down a little, because it is so thick. And then I rub it in, and I just feel like it melts into my skin a lot better, and also like it's not as hard to rub in. That is like the most moisturizing cream I've ever felt, because it is, once again, so thick. On top of that, I use the oil once again, just because I just love having moisturized, oily skin. Once a week, sometimes twice a week, it depends on how my skin's going. I use my Freeman Feeling Beautiful Charcoal and Black Sugar Mud Mask. That's pretty much my all-time favorite clay mask ever. I just recently got this like mask applicator, and it's just like silicone, and it came with like a little set of 3 other like gel masks from TJ Maxx. I think Elf has one like this. The only thing is, I feel like at the end I kind of smooth it out with my finger just to make sure there's not like super thick places like on my face, but you just have like one finger that's messy. And then I remove it with this. I put a bunch of hot water on my face, and then I just start scrubbing. It takes a couple times, because this is super sensitive, so like if you can't use like the Clarisonic or like even the Vanity Planet like silicone brush, this is super gentle. I like this for travel because it's so much easier to travel with. This is the only skincare tool that I travel with. 3 lip products. This is the Elf Lip Exfoliator. This is the original one. This is my second one. I feel like this is a really rough exfoliator, like if you have super crusty lips. This is what I use, like more intense lip scrub, and then they have like a mint one, and I think even their cherry one or all of the other flavored ones aren't as like rough as this one. If you ever have sugar in the raw, you know, that's kind of what those granules are, and then like that's just like regular sugar, you know. That's how I see it. That's what I use whenever I don't need as much exfoliation, but that one is rough. Aquaphor, everyone knows about Aquaphor if you watch any of my videos, because I use this all the time. I will probably run out of it soon because I only have that much left. This is great. I sometimes use this even on like super dry areas, like around my nose or something. Most of the time I use this on my lips. Use it on my lips throughout the entire day whenever I want some shine on my lips but also want moisture, and sometimes I use this as like my chapstick throughout the entire day too, just to feel a little more glam. This is the Bath & Body Works Mentha Lip Shine, and I have a few of these. This is Vanilla Mint, and this is probably my favorite, this one and like the Ultra Mint one. It's moisturizing, but it's glossy and makes your lips all juicy. That's what I used to use before Aquaphor, and Aquaphor does so much more. That was my skincare routine, all of my favorite skincare. Sorry for the lack of uploads. If you know some like inspirational channels or inspirational things on Pinterest or anything inspirational that will inspire me for some content, then please let me know. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me your skincare favorites down below and what skin type you have. If you have dry skin, what are your favorites? Thank you so much for watching. Bye! I don't go out in the sun, so there's no point. Whew. I need to calm it down. Thank you for being loud. I just wanted that. I think it's right here. Is it right here? Yeah. Thanking motorcycles. Super, like, what am I saying? My stomach is grumbling so much because I need to eat, but it's fine.